Hello and welcome back to the Gateway. We're going to touch on some Ashes of Creations updates. So first we're going to start off with the Valentine's Day / love themed cosmetics that were released. The Celebrants of the Rose. The first one is Vec inspired. The housing one is actually Pyri, and the cosmetic item is the Kalar, and that's inspired by nobles from the Kalar. That's the human race. So the second slide is the Carmen Chameleon, and that also was described as a noble pet that people would catch. The other two, the Tall Tough, one is a mount, and the other one is a one for your caravan. Those are actually Dunir inspired. Dunir are the mountain dwarves, if anyone didn't know that. This pack is pretty cool. It's very bright, it's very colorful. I wouldn't say it was very love themed because there wasn't really much, like, I don't know, it didn't seem too like lovely kind of theme to me. It was more like masquerade-ish in a way. But I do like the freehold with the huge cherry blossom tree on top of it. That was pretty neat. So we're gonna move on to the dev discussion they just posted, and the question is, what so far has been your favorite class to play in an MMO? I saw this on the forums a couple of days ago, and a lot of people saying DPS, tanks. I'll tell you, my favorite class to play in any game is a healer. The reason being is because a healer, in my opinion, is someone who can strategize for the team. So while the DPS and the tanks are focused mainly on mobs, bosses, the healer actually gets a view of the entire battlefield for the team, so they can actually be a strategist for them and call shots like, hey, there's mobs coming from your left, hey, there's a AoE coming from your right, or the boss is about to do something, you can't see it because the tank is like right on the boss, or the DPS are on something else. So I like that aspect of that class. Let me know what you guys' favorite class in MMO is. The next question that I have is coming from the forums, and it asks, what kinds of quests do you dislike the most? This would have to tie in with the reason I like being a healer, but then also the reason I hate being a healer doing quests would have to be escort quests in any game. And if anyone has ever done any escort quest, you know, especially in a PvP, open world PvP game, if you're a healer doing an escort quest, someone just walks up to you and starts fighting you, that escort either keeps going or it entirely disappears. And your quest is like, pretty much ruined. So that's one reason I hate escort quests as a healer, because I don't have any way to really fight those people who are trying to gank me off. And it's kind of annoying, especially if that escort like continually stops or is really slow. Alright, so we're going to be moving on to shoutouts. I want to give a shout out to the Big Cheek Giant. He recently started up his community plug segment, and this segment in his channel is where he just interviews certain content creators or just people around the community, asking them how they got into Ashes of Creation, how they got into content. It's just a community plug where he just brings people in and talks to them. A lot of other channels have done this before, but they kind of just stopped. So it's nice to see someone else doing it again. So shout out to Big Cheek Giant, and his latest video is with Alpha Soul, and everybody who knows Alpha Soul is a cool guy. Check out his channel as well, where he does commentary and he does Ashes updates as well. The only other news that I have is that the next live stream for Ashes of Creation is going to be on February 28th. And then they're going to have their supposed Alpha 1 reveal in March. So keep an eye out for that. That's all I have. There's really not any news coming out at the moment. We won't see anything till probably the end of the month and the beginning of March, where they're going to the games director conference. So yeah, if you have anything that you need to ask or like to comment, leave them in the comments below, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks. Y'all have a good day.